Finally, it took Dennis Jones just a few sharp blows with a baseball bat to wreck what looked like an old car radio, after which two friends battered telephones, audio speakers, cookers and even a mannequin. But none of them are facing criminal charges. In fact, they'd paid £33 for the privilege of spending half an hour in an anger room in Fazakerley, where patrons wearing protective gear use hammers and bats to vent their frustration on household objects, while staff play music of their choice in the background. Richie Gardner from Crash Entertainment said that they're booked up for months as people scramble to release their home and work frustrations in a controlled environment. I may yet try it myself. From the Merlin News booth, I'm Dan Carruthers.
You're listening to the Alex Roxy Show on 1458 Radio Merlin.
Thanks, Dan. Alex Roxy here with another afternoon of madness, music and mayhem as I try to help you through your day. Got a great show lined up for you this afternoon with some fabulous guests and fantastic sounds. Let's start off with the Human League and Don't You Want Me? What a load of shite.
Oh, come on, it's a cracking song. You just can't beat a bit of synth pop. You just don't get good music these days.
A bunch of guys from Sheffield with fucked up haircuts, pressing buttons and dispensing wank is not good music, Steve. I've done this job for 23 fucking years. I can teach you everything you need to know about good music. I should be doing the friggin' playlist here.
God, if you had that power, we'd be listening to Jethro Tull all bloody day.
Hey, what's wrong with that?
Sounds like you had a bad weekend.
I had a fantastic weekend. Friday was pretty shit, but the rest was standard for me. You know, drinking, shagging, you know the plot.
You're going to burn yourself out.
Never. I'm like a Duracell bunny.
What happened Friday?
Stayed in.
What, you actually stayed in on a Friday night?
Wanted to watch one of these new Red Triangle films on Channel 4. Special discretion required. Well, that's what it said in the TV Times. I had it circled all week. What a load of crap. Wasn't a nipple in sight. Bought a brand new Scotch videotape and an Andex toilet roll for the occasion.
What a waste.
Well, I set the video for Blue Thunder on Saturday. Put the roll in the cupboard for another day. Sure it'll come in handy.
You heard about Don?
Who's Don?
Don Appleton, The Breakfast Show?
I don't get up till 11, Steve. And the last thing I want to do is hear Don fucking Appleton doing his Borefest. I'd rather watch Richard and Judy.
He's getting moved.
Moved? Where? Out? They're sacking him?
No, they're giving him 7 to 9 Monday to Friday.
No shit.
No shit. Rumours of big changes with this new management.
What new management? We're under new management. When did this happen? Hey, nobody told me.
Because you're out the door as soon as the 5 o'clock news kicks in. When was the last time you were at a station meeting?
What? We have station meetings?
How the hell do you still work here now?
What kind of changes are we talking about here?
Massive shake-up from top to bottom. They've done it in other stations.
Shit. That's not good, is it? I hate change. There's nothing worse than change. Don't change me, though. They wouldn't dare. You can't change me. The audience would riot. Not a bloody chance in hell. I'm an institution here. They won't bloody move me. You don't think they'll move me, do you?
Not a clue, mate. New boss is supposed to be coming in today. Maybe he'll have a word.
Today? Shit. I should have shaved. Maybe I should get in there first. What do you think? Give him the old Alex Roxy charm. Blow my own trumpet down his lugs.
You want my advice?
I'll live for your advice, Steve.
Just keep your mouth shut. Do your job and play it by ear.
You reckon?
I reckon.
I hate all this. When I started here, Stuart Marsden had this show. He was a god. Remember him?
I think his picture's in the foyer.
Legend. Taught me everything I know. Before long I was in his seat. And you know what happened to Stuart Marsden?
Did he die? Suicide? Just couldn't take it?
Worse than that.
What can be worse than that?
They just forgot about him.
Really?
He just put all his stuff in a cardboard box and left the building. Never to be heard of again. We had a leaving party planned at the Grapes on Friday. Only I turned up. Not one other fucker turned up. How bad's that?
Jesus. Bet he was devastated.
No idea. Even he didn't turn up. I was the only fucker there. Ended up going home with Brenda, the barmaid. Spitting image of Dinah Dawes. Tits like beach balls.
What happened?
Well, she started by doing this exotic dance and started playing with...
Stuart Marsden.
Killed by a herd of cows in Sussex. Took a shortcut one evening and was ambushed. Trampled him to death.
Oh, what a way to go.
They were protecting the calves, apparently. Vicious bastards, cows.
It's a sad story.
All because he got ousted. All because of change. Change brings uncertainty, Steve. Hate change. Change brings death.
Just because he died at the hooves of cows doesn't mean it was all down to him getting axed from the station. I think you're trying to link things.
If he was still here, he wouldn't have been crushed to death by a crazy bunch of bovine murderers.
Song's finishing.
Stuart Marsden. Great man. That was Philip Oakey and Susan Ann Sully with Don't You Want Me from the Human League's third studio album, Dare, from 1981. A track Oki actually hated and didn't want released as a single. Ended up selling 1.5 million copies, which proves once again that nobody knows anything in the music business.
All the hits, all the time. This is the Alex Roxy Show on Radio Merlin.
Well, great show today. We've got our resident astrologer, Graham Winkle. He's coming up in a bit to guide you through your horoscopes and hopefully give you a little something to look forward to this week. So to get you in the mood, here's Prince and Sign of the Times. Do you think I'll get moved, Graham?
No idea, Alex.
No idea? No idea? You're a fucking astrologer?
What star sign are you?
Pisces.
You feel like you've been given more than you've been getting in an old relationship. You just may be right. But before you approach these suspicions, consider the significant value that this relationship has in your life. Is this issue a deal breaker? These extra sacrifices might be temporary. And if you make a big issue out of them, you might be causing more drama than you need in your life right now. Try to hold your tongue and keep the peace.
Spot on to me. You're good.
What a load of bollocks.
Do me, Virgo.
Not everyone knows when to step back and give someone else their time in the limelight, but you sure do. So today, when the praise starts getting heaped upon you, step away and make sure everyone gets his or her fair share. Celebrate the fact that you're secure enough in yourself not to feel threatened when the people you care about get some credit too. Plus, there could be some fragile egos at stake, and you'll be feeling generous.
Interesting.
I can't believe people fall for all this crap.
Just like many people find hope in their religion, others find it in the stars, Alex.
While astrology doesn't include any gods or other higher divines, it can still help you get through some rough patches life can give you.
A quick look at the horoscopes can give you all the power you need to resist the toughness and get on with your life.
Can you smell shit? I smell shit.
You're just a cynical man, Alex. You always have been.
Cynical is good. It's a defence mechanism against fools like you.
Being cynical can make you ill with fear and worry. You seem very worried, Alex.
Worried? Me? I don't worry. Never have. Only time I've ever been worried was when I had that rash on my dick in 81. Went after a week. Never drinking Malibu and Coke again, though. I'm too busy living a great life to worry.
Well, that great life could be hitting a bumper. Maybe that's what you fear deep down.
You know something, don't you?
You have to have a grasp on the problem to deal with it.
Looking at a problem from different angles can help solve the problem.
My life's perfect. I can't change it. I won't change it. I've been here for years. The audience loves what I do and who I am. And all of that comes from what I do outside the show. My friends, my social life. They make the show I present. That makes sense.
It makes perfect sense. Probably not a lot of sense to a station head who's trying to move with the times and changing demographics.
My audience is loyal. They always have been. They'd follow me through a brick wall.
True. But would they follow you to a midnight slot? Songs finishing.
That was Prince Rogers Nelson and Sign of the Times from his 1987 album of the same name. It was originally part of a 19-track double album by Prince and the Revolution called Dream Factory. But after the Revolution was dissolved, Prince wanted to incorporate it into a 3-album solo project called Crystal Ball. Warner Brothers balked on that, so it eventually became a double album. The single reached number 10 in the UK.
This is 1458 Radio Merlin. Radio Merlin.
This is the Alex Roxy Show on Radio Merlin, and joining me now is our resident astrologer, the legendary and very sharp-dressing Mr. Graham Winkle. How are you today, Graham?
I'm fantastic, Alex. How are you?
Maybe you can tell me.
I'm an astrologer, not a psychic.
What's the difference?
An astrologer will use your birth details, times and places to draw your horoscope and work on it by calculating planets and their relation with various houses in your horoscope and other planets. A psychic won't need any of those elements as they use energy, aura, intuition and visions to predict.
Psychics sound more fun.
Well, maybe you should have a resident psychic.
Yeah, great idea. Maybe our Steve can sort that out for us.
Don't be nasty.
Right, Graham. What have you got for our incredible listeners this week?
Well, Alex, a mixed bag of a week, really.
Midnight slot. Don't fuck with me, Steve. What do you know?
I've told you, I don't know anything.
Then why mention the midnight slot? Why'd you do that? I'd rather fuck Neil Kinnock than work past 6 o'clock.
Well, if they moved on, they could possibly move you. I'm giving you the worst case scenario. I'm pulling your leg.
That can't happen. Not midnight. That'd destroy me. I have a nightlife. A hectic nightlife. Do you know how many women rely on me, Steve?
I know there's a few.
A few! Then there's the parties, the clubs. Do you know how much money I get paid?
You never tell me.
And I never bloody will. This can't happen. This can't be happening to me.
It could be a good thing.
Are you on fucking drugs? Are you insane? How the fuck could it be a good thing?
Well, you're 50 now. Maybe it's time to slow down. You've lived in the fast lane for so long. Maybe it's time to relax a bit. Live a calmer existence.
Are you saying I'm too old for all this?
All I'm saying is that you've had a good run. Maybe it's time to lower the pace.
I'm not too old. I'm still relevant, Steve. When you're as good as me at what I do, age isn't an issue.
I'm not saying it is. I'm just trying to look at it from the station's point of view.
Am I disturbing anything?
Alex, this is the new station manager, Eric Rushton.
Great to meet you, Alex. You're a legend round these parts, I hear.
Some say I'm a national treasure.
Well, I've never actually heard of you until I moved up this way.
Really?
How are things with the show?
Oh, fantastic. Good as ever. We've got a loyal following. I've done for years. Very popular show.
That surprises me.
Really?
Especially when you consider you still have a horoscope section. Not sure that goes down well with the younger listeners.
I was just discussing that with Steve. Time for a change, perhaps. Isn't that right, Steve?
Yeah, we were just discussing that very thing.
First of many changes round here. We need to start thinking outside the box. We need to start catering for the young and old. Smells a little stale around this place. A man of your experience must know that, Alex.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. I've been saying it for months. Steve and I have regular meetings about that very subject.
Yeah, we try, to meet once a week to discuss the future of the show. We're always looking for new avenues to explore.
You're lucky to have Steve on board, Alex. His reputation is rising all the time.
Yeah, he's brilliant. He's my backbone.
A producer is only as good as the man behind the mic, and Alex here is the best in the business.
Actually, I think we should get rid of Graham and his horoscope. What do you think? Like Eric said, very stale.
Nah, I totally agree, Al.
I think it would be a fantastic idea. Replace him with something more fun, perhaps. Something that will get the listeners talking and interacting. I'm all about interaction. It's the future.
How about a psychic? That could be really funny.
I like it. A good start.
You can tell him right after the show, Steve. I'm sure he'll understand.
Fantastic.
Well, I'll leave you guys to finish the show. We'll be working closely together, Alex.
Sounds great, Eric.
You're lucky to have Alex Roxy at Radio Merlin, Mr. Rushton. He's the cornerstone of this station.
It's not all about me, Steve. We at Radio Merlin are a team. Look out for each other. Help each other. There's no I in Radio Merlin. Well, okay, there's actually two I's in Radio Merlin, but you know what I mean.
Good to hear. Really good to hear. Have a good day.
What a complete wanker. How dare he come in here and dictate to us? Doesn't he know who we are? What we do? He obviously doesn't do his research. If he did, he'd know what we've got here is gold. Pure gold.
I've been Graham Winkle, and I'll be back next week with another journey through the stars.
Fantastic as usual, Graham. Tell me, do you do your own stars?
Sorry?
Do you know what's going to happen in your own life?
I often do my own charts, yes.
And are they correct?
Horoscopes are never correct, Alex. You take from them what you wish. 1,000 people will take 1,000 meanings from their scopes. It's a guide, not a prediction.
So, not even you knows what's coming for sure.
No!
I do. Here's John Farnaman, you're the voice.
What the fuck was that all about?
Steve?
What's going on here?
Steve?
Can't do it, Al.
Steve!
Will one of you tell me what's going on?
Steve!
It's all yours.
Shit. Right, the new station boss has had a look what we do here and he's got a few ideas for change.
He wants me out?
Jesus, yeah? Fuck me, you're good. I fought for you, Graham. I really did. Didn't I, Steve? Didn't I, Steve?
He fought for you, Graham.
I don't believe this.
This new boss is a real scumbag, Graham. The kind of person who comes in like a tornado and destroys everything in his way. He wants change. You're the first person he wants out. Sorry, Graham. I really am.
This can't be happening to me. I've just been fired from the Gazette too. New baby on the way and I'll lose 2 jobs in a week.
Shit. Would you like me to put my arm around you? Would that help?
You've never liked me, have you, Al? Ever since I came in here, you've never taken what I do seriously, have you? Always made fun of me with your attempted crack at humour. Well, let me tell you something. I've never liked you either. You're a horrible person who pretends to be loved. You're not loved. People laugh at you because you're a has-been clinging to some form of relevance. Whatever talent you had left the building years ago. You, Alex Roxy, are a joke. If only people knew the real you. The one behind the lies. The one that pays for sex at the weekends and gets so pissed he doesn't even know what day it is. The Alex Roxy who lowers his DJing prices every single gig just so he can do it and stay seen. I guess your wives found all this out. Probably why your kids don't even see you. Everyone should know. Everyone will know. Well, fuck you, Alex. Fuck you.
Shit, mate, you didn't see that coming.
Get him back.
What?
Get him back in here.
Why?
I think we found our new psychic.
This is the Alex Roxy Show on Radio Merlin.
And finally, a man was arrested last night for allegedly having sex with a caravan at a popular site in Formby. Campers at the Gibson Caravan Park in Hightown were woken at 2 o'clock in the morning after strange noises were heard coming from outside. Police were called and a 33-year-old naked man was arrested after he was caught performing a sexual act on a caravan's waste pipe. Detective Don Jacoby from Merseyside Police said he'd never seen anything like it in his 23 years on the force. The man was very drunk and highly aroused, the officer said. The owner of the two-berth touring caravan has been informed. From the Merlin News booth, I'm Dan Carruthers.
This is the Alex Roxy Show on Radio Merlin.
Thanks, Dan. Is that a new tie?
It is, Al, yeah.
You've got some wonderful ties.
Can't beat a good tie, Al.
Shame the listeners can't see it. It's red and yellow with little black arrows all over it. Very smart. I like it.
I'm happy you do.
Before the news, we were talking about first singles ever bought. What was the first single you ever bought, Dan?
That I bought for myself.
First single you went into a record shop for and slapped the money down on the counter.
Oh gosh, I think it was Blockbuster by Sweet.
Excellent choice. First singles shape your life, Dan. They tell you everything you need to know about the person.
I was 13.
January 1973, 5 weeks at the top of the UK charts. Written by Nicky Chin and Mike Chapman. They also wrote Can the Can for Susie Quattro, Tiger Feet for Mud, and Mickey for Tony Basil.
You're a fountain of musical knowledge, Al.
I think I'd swap it all for that tie.
Boss is on his way in, Al.
Here's the first song my producer, Steve, ever bought. Like I just said, tells you everything you need to know about the man. It's Gary Glitter and Do You Wanna Touch Me?
For your information, the first single I ever bought was Two Little Boys by Rolf Harris.
Why?
It's a lovely song.
Why the hell would you buy that? It's shite.
Rolf's a top bloke. I met him in Woolies a few years back.
I like the rockers more. Glitter's a god in the rock and roll world.
Can I just remind you that it's the 1980s? Rock is dead.
Rock will never die. It's just taking a rest. What does Knobhead want?
By knobhead, you mean Eric?
That's what I said. Our all-seeing god of the airwaves. What does he want?
Some great news, apparently.
The fucker's leaving.
Afternoon, Alex. How the bloody hell are you?
Top of the world, Eric. You?
Fantastic. Great show. This is what we want to be doing. Fun. Entertaining stuff. This is what the public want, Alex. Love it. Hope it's not a one-off.
I've got some great ideas for future shows.
Fantastic.
Steve said you had great news.
Any chance of you playing my first single?
Absolutely not.
Why?
Audience only. All about interaction with the audience, Eric. Can't be playing songs for colleagues and bosses, can we?
You're playing Glitter for Steve?
Two Little Boys by Rolf. Glitter's got naught to do with me.
Oh, come on. Just this once.
Phone in.
What? You want me to phone in and request a song?
That's how it works, Eric. That's how this segment of the show works. I don't really like rules. Never have. But this one works fantastically.
I don't bloody believe this.
There's a phone in the foyer. I'm sure Steve will answer it quickly and professionally. It's not as if he's doing much else today.
Screw you.
I'm going to do just that. Why the hell not?
Good man.
Jesus, I can't believe you just did that.
Why should he get preferential treatment? Who the fuck does he think he is?
Song's finishing.
That was the legendary Paul Gadd, better known as Gary Glitter, with his 1973 number 2 hit single, Do You Wanna Touch Me? Oh yeah. It was actually covered by Joan Jett for her 1980 solo album, Bad Reputation. Great song by a great man. Met him a few times over the years and actually partied with him on several occasions in the 70s. Wild times. I believe we have a caller, Steve. Hello?
Hello there.
Who's this?
Eric.
Hello, Eric. Where are you from?
I'm from London, Alex.
What brings you to these parts, Eric?
Oh, you know, work.
What kind of work do you do, Eric?
I'm in the media business.
Ooh, the media business. Lots of good media people up here, Eric. You just another southern softy trying to take our jobs?
Oh, God, no. I like to think I can brush off the dust of any business and make things better. I make the stale fresh.
Right. What was your first single, Eric?
My Cuckoo by Alvin Stardust.
Really?
December 1973. I was a huge Stardust fan. Had the glove and everything. Did you know his real name is Shane Fenton?
Well, his real name is actually Bernard Jury. He had a bit of a career in the early 60s as Shane Fenton and the Fentones. Became the Alvin Stardust persona in 1973. His first single was Jealous Mind in 74.
Oh, no! My Cuckoo was first.
Yes, it was. But it wasn't by the Alvin Stardust you know and love. That was Peter Shelley, who was the original Alvin Stardust. Shane Fenton just lip-synced to that #2 hit on Top of the Pops before taking over the character for Shelley.
I didn't know that.
Well, now you do. The Alex Roxy Show isn't just about playing great music, Eric. It's about knowledge and the stories behind the hits. It's the foundation of everything I do.
Can you play My Cuckoo by Alvin Stardust?
No. Sorry, Eric. We just don't have it. Here's The Witch's Promise by Jethro Tull for Gary and Norris Green.
What the hell are you playing at? You do understand he's the boss of the station, don't you?
Hey, he might be the boss of the station, Steve, but he's not the boss of me. He can't just waltz in here and get what he wants. This is the Alex Roxy Show. My show. I make the rules, and he needs to understand that. I'll tell him straight.
Well, I suppose you think you're really funny, don't you?
I've worked at Butlins.
I bet you really enjoyed that. I bet you get off on these little jokes on people.
We don't actually have any Alvin Stardust in the library, Eric.
We have, I feel like Buddy Holly.
There you go.
No Alvin? What? Why? What kind of a station is this?
We can't hold everything. We don't have the budget. And if it's any consolation, we don't have any David Soul either.
We've got Silver Lady.
Classic.
Then I demand you get some Alvin Stardust on the show.
You demand.
Yes. Yes, I do. If not for your enjoyment, for others. Let me give you a little information here, Mr. Alex Roxy. This station doesn't revolve around you.
Well, I think it does a little bit.
You may be the most listened to, but you ain't the only pea in the pod. Now, I was coming here today to give your show a small piece of gold. Something big to get your chops around.
Really?
How big?
What is it?
A competition. A big competition.
We have competitions all the time.
Not like this. This is groundbreaking. Radio Merlin and Dalton Holmes have joined forces to give away a £45,000 semi-detached house.
A house?
A brand new house. It's so new, it's still being built.
That's a pretty big prize.
How would it work?
Simple. A daily question. The 14th and 85th caller with the correct answer gets put into a draw, which will be plucked out live on air. The winner wins the house and gets an extra £5,000 to help furnish it.
Jesus, that's some prize.
Like I said, groundbreaking.
Well, you're putting it in the right hands, Eric.
If anyone can get the best out of this fantastic idea, Eric, it's us.
Safe hands.
Well, that was my initial thought. Now I'm gliding more towards breakfast.
Breakfast? Really? Oh, you're making a huge mistake with that. You're a clever guy, Eric. You know radio. You know the advantage of having someone like me at the helm of a much-loved show. If anyone can sell this competition to the masses, it's me. You know that.
Well, we're not rolling it out for another week or so. A few technical things to iron out, so I won't make my decision yet.
Excellent. It's a great thing. It could change the face of radio and gives Radio Merlin a platform that goes way beyond our region.
National press.
Exactly, Steve. This fantastic idea could put Radio Merlin on the global map.
Like I said, I'll give it a little thought. It needs to be right. I'll let you know at the weekend.
You do that, Eric.
Enjoy the rest of your show.
We will.
Wow. I bet you feel like a right cock now, don't you?
Shush, let me think. Fuck. We need this, Steve. This could blow us completely out the water. Our stock could rise beyond belief. We need this fucking competition.
Well, if you hadn't have made a fool of him, we would have been in the box seat.
Shush, hang on. I've got a plan.
What kind of plan?
I want you to get down to Woolies and buy every fucking Stardust album and every single you can find. Everything. Yes, even Rock with Alvin from 75. Get them to order them in if you have to. I'll pay.
Really? Why?
Because Thursday is Alvin fucking Stardust Day on Radio Merlin.
You're listening to the Alex Roxy Show on Radio Merlin.
And finally, a man from Anfield sparked an emergency police response after his petrified reaction to a spider startled a passerby into reporting what she thought was a violent disturbance. Susan Hale was walking past the house on Belmont Road on Wednesday when she heard a man repeatedly yelling, "Why don't you just die?" and a baby screaming. Miss Hale, who's 33, called 999. A police spokesman said all parties had been spoken to and the man had a terrible fear of spiders. The man was not identified, and neither was the arachnid. From the Merlin News booth, I'm Dan Carruthers.
This is the Alex Roxy Show on 1458 Radio Merlin.
Thanks, Dan. Alex Roxy here on the region's best-loved radio station, 1458 Radio Merlin. Back to the callers. And we've got Jimmy from Wavertree. How are you, Jim?
Good, thanks, Alex.
Ready for your question?
I think so.
Cliff Richard had a massive number 4 hit in the August of 1981 with...
White for sound.
Very good, but that isn't the question.
Sorry, mate, jumped in there, didn't I?
Not a problem, not a problem. The question is, what was the title of the single's B-side? Was it A, Wait For It, B, Hang On, or C, Hold On?
Oh, that's tough.
Wait for it, hang on, or hold on. You can do this,
Oh,
Jim.
God, mate, I have no idea, Alex. I'm going to have a guess. Is it C?
It is C, yes, well done, Jim.
Get in. It's all in the house.
Oh, Jim, that's the competition the breakfast show are running. Nope, no house for you. But what you do win is the soundtrack to La Bamba by Los Lobos. La Bamba tells the story of rock and roll singer Richie Valens and his meteoric rise from nowhere to become a superstar of the 50s. He died at age 17 in a plane crash with Buddy Holly.
Ah, you can keep it.
What?
Do you have the new U2 album?
We do, Jim, but that's not the prize we're giving away today.
Well, I'd rather have that than the Buddy Holly one.
Richie Valens, Jim. La Bamba. All yours in the post.
Ah, you can shove it up your ass.
Okay, that's Jim from Wavertree giving us a small insight into his mental state there. Here's a song from U2's brand new album. An album our friend Jim will just have to go out and buy. It's called Where the Streets Have No Name. What a complete and utter wanker. Didn't you tell him this wasn't a house quiz?
You didn't ask.
A big competition is bound to go to a show of this stature. It's the jewel in the crown of radio mailing. Why the fuck did he give it to breakfast?
Because you're always treating Eric like an arse. That could be it, you know.
Treat people in accordance to their feelings for you. That's my motto. The guy doesn't like me. Never has. From the moment he stepped through those doors, he's had it in for me.
I think you're overreacting a little.
Television was here yesterday, Steve. They interviewed everyone at breakfast. Even that spotty little kid who gets the bacon rolls. Did a huge piece on Richard and Judy about it. Now, as much as I hate that pair, it gives you some bloody profile. We should be fronting this thing.
This isn't about the competition at all, is it?
It's all about the competition, Steve. It's all about how we stay ahead of it.
No. This is all about you. Your ego.
You know me better than that.
I do, yeah. And I'm spot on. You're not worried about the Alex Roxy show and its worth to the station. You're worried about Alex Roxy the man.
Aren't you supposed to be taking calls or something?
I would, if anyone was calling.
Hello there.
Holy mother of God.
How are we all today?
Why are you talking like that, Graham?
Is that a beret?
We it is. Velvet and very expensive. This is my new look. My new persona. I am no longer Graham Winkle astrologer. No, no, no. From now on I am Manuel Costello. Psychic extraordinaire.
Is this some kind of fucking joke? What are you doing?
You told me to start coming on as a psychic instead. So here I am.
Not like this. This is just stupid.
I couldn't come on as Graham Winkle, could I? People would know I was the astrologer, monsieur. Wouldn't make any sense, would it?
Yeah, it's got a point, Alex.
Do you have to wear all this stuff? The wig. Is that a fake chin?
The exterior is fake, but the contents of my mind are very real.
This is madness.
If we are going to do this right, Alex, nobody must know the truth. Nobody must know the real identity of Monsieur Costello.
We knew the truth as soon as you walked in. It'd take an idiot not to know the truth.
Afternoon, guys. Another good show. Not great, but good. And I hope all these album giveaways are coming out of your pocket, Alex.
Obviously.
Who's this guy? The new psychic?
Manuel Costello at your service, monsieur.
Excellent. You any good? This show could do with a bit of a pick-me-up.
I am the best psychic in the country.
Fantastic. Breakfast show is going down a storm, Al. Fantastic interest from all over the country. Better than I could ever imagine.
Yeah, makes me proud to be part of Radio Mail, then, Eric.
I bet it does. I really bet it does. One little win gives us all a boost, don't you think?
Totally agree.
I want healthy competition between shows here, Alex. I want everyone to start pushing themselves, above and beyond. I'm going to start a sort of league table, pin it up in the canteen.
Well, how would something like that work?
It's not scientific or fact-based, based on my own judgment and thoughts.
Where am I at the moment?
Ooh, let me say you're teetering around the relegation zone. It's quite difficult to get out of Division 2.
Did you come down here today for a specific reason?
Song's finishing now.
That was U2 and Where the Streets Have No Name from the Joshua Tree. The first album since 1984's Unforgettable Fire. It was produced by the legendary Brian Eno, and I'm sure it's going to be another huge hit for the band. Next up, bit of Alvin Stardust with his cover of an old Nat King Cole song. A song that was also covered by Brenda Lee, Jerry and the Pacemakers and Marvin Gaye. This is Pretend.
That for me?
Didn't even know you were still here.
I'd like to offer you a little olive branch, Alex. Maybe we haven't exactly started out on the right foot.
Well, maybe you're right.
I want this whole thing to work well, and to do that, I want you with me and not against me. Agreed?
Agreed.
That's why I want to offer you something big.
I'm listening.
Jeff Hunter is leaving the station in a couple of weeks. Been tapped up for the BBC.
Good for him.
No, good for you.
And why is that?
Well, he won't be around for the final week of the Big House giveaway or the final draw. I'd like to offer it to you and Steve.
Well, you know how I feel about that. I think you missed the trick not giving it to us in the first place.
I don't want to get into another battle with you, Alex. Do you want it? Or don't you?
We want it, Eric. We'd love to take it over.
Alex?
Yeah, we'll take it on. And you know what?
What?
We'll make the final week like nothing you've ever heard before.
That's what I want to hear.
I don't think you understand just how good I am, you know, Eric. All joking aside, I've been in this business a long time. I've seen everything. I've moved with the times. I've stayed on top when many who thought they were superior fell away. I'm the best, Eric. Now, you might think that's blowing my own trumpet, but it's not. I just believe in my own ability. The show's a success because of that.
I know all about your talent, Alex. I know your reputation. Let me just say one thing. The station is the priority, not you. You're an important cog in this whole system, but you are far from the most important. Agreed?
Agreed.
Stephen?
Agreed.
Right. I'll put things into place for the final week. I'm excited about this. This is going to blow the station through the roof. You better start getting some early nights in preparation.
Early nights?
You didn't think I was moving the final week of the competition to the Alex Roxy show, did you?
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
Oh, you're going to do a week of breakfast. You'll love it.
No, wait.
The competition has ran on breakfast, and it stays there, Al. You want it? You buy an alarm clock. Understood?
Shit.
Well, we sort of got what we wanted.
Did we? Did we, Steve?
When would you like my segment to start?
Oh, fuck off, Graham.
This is the Alex Roxy Show on Radio Merlin.
This is 1458 Radio Merlin. Radio Merlin.
Hello, I'm Alex Roxy from 1458 Radio Merlin. If you, like me, live a hectic existence balancing an active social and family life with a busy workload, you need a reliable car. Your car needs to be the last thing on your mind as you go about your everyday life. That's why I choose Barry's Motors at 273A West Derby Road. Barry has over 30 years experience in the car business and is known locally as the Yoda of mechanics. Faulty engine, dodgy clutch, unreliable brakes. Barry can fix the lot in next to no time. He does everything, except MOTs, which is a real shame. If you want to keep your car on the road with minimal fuss and at a price that won't break the bank, Barry's Motors is the place to go. Tell him I sent you. You won't get a discount, but at least he'll know how he got there. Isn't that right, Barry? Barry's Motors, 273A West Derby Road. Because if it's good enough for Alex Roxy, it's good enough for you.
That's excellent, Alex. Another classic.
You think you like it?
He'll love it.
Hope so. Because my MOT's due and the old Jag needs a bit of work.
What the hell was that?
Oh, shit.
What the hell did I just hear?
How's it going, Eric? You're looking really well today.
Please tell me you are not doing free ads for local businesses.
Well, it's not exactly free, Eric. If you knew me better, you'd know quite well that I seldom do anything for free.
Jesus, this is wrong, Alex. We're a commercial radio station. We don't give out free ad space. Do you realise what would happen if this got out?
It's not free. Barry takes care of us. Barry's a friend to Radio Merlin, so we keep our friends happy.
I don't believe I'm hearing this.
2 years ago, the Merlin car broke down on the way to the local children's hospital. It was Christmas. We were giving out toys for the little sick kids. Probably the last Christmas any of them would see. There was one little chap with no family. Orphan. Orphan kids at Christmas. You can't get worse than that, Eric. Orphan kids dying at Christmas. Barry's Motors got our little radio car back in action in no time. Because of Barry and his wizardry, we made little children smile in a time of dread and fear.
So he fixes all your cars in return for an advert?
Yeah. Yes, he does. Do you know how hard it is to keep a 1976 Jaguar XJC on the road? Especially on my wages.
This is ridiculous.
It's not just me. Steve still drives an Austin Princess. He needs all the help he can get.
It's a big help to us all, Eric. You could say Barry's Motors keeps Radio Merlin on the road.
Hey, that's our next ad sorted.
There won't be a next ad. This ends now. If the community wants to advertise on Radio Merlin, they bloody well pay for it.
What do you drive, Eric?
What?
What motor do you drive?
What's that got to do with anything?
But it's a brand new BM, isn't it? But it's a little flashy, sporty thing. I bet as soon as your car produces a problem, you just get a new one. Right, aren't I?
I drive a Mark III Capri.
Me? Who do you think you are? Bodie and Doyle?
It gets me from A to B, and it looks nice.
I'd rather walk.
You drive a 76 Jag.
Status, mate. People see me driving through town and they think, wow, that guy means something. He stands for something. It's got a vinyl roof.
And a Capri? What would they think of a Capri?
They think, Jesus, couldn't he afford an MG?
You just think I'm taking the kids to school. Should have bought a Fiesta.
All I'm saying is that Barry and his brilliance keeps us on the road and helps us all out at the station. He's a saviour. Giving him a little free ad every now and again, well, it's the least we can do. Who knows? Maybe your little Capri needs a little TLC?
Does he do paint jobs?
Like Picasso.
Okay, but this doesn't get out. If people hear we're giving freebies, it will set a terrible precedent.
Excellent. Steve, phone Barry, tell him to add Eric to his clients. Top of the list. The boss of the station deserves the best.
Let me just point out that I'm not happy with this. It's not something I usually do.
Noted.
Song's finishing out.
That was Madness with Baggy Trousers, the 28th best-selling single of 1980 in the UK. It spent 20 weeks on the charts and reached number 3. Now, ghosts. That's what we're talking about on the show today. Have you seen one? Do you believe in them? Is it all rubbish? I saw a ghost once in the summer of 74. I was walking home from the Grapes pub with a young lady friend and she needed a pee. So she went down the entry next to the local bakery and did her business. While waiting, I thought, what's that? I saw what looked like a transparent female figure crossing the road. She looked back at me with an icy smile, and I also had a pee. Was this just a figment of my imagination? Was it a trick of the light? Or had I had a few too many? Have you had a similar experience? On the line is Billy from Kirkdale. How's it going, Bill?
Sex with a ghost once.
Michael from Woolton.
This is Michael Denton, Alex. You remember me?
Michael Denton.
We were partners, Alex. You must remember me.
You want me to cut him off?
Come on, Al. You gotta remember your old pal, Michael.
We seem to have lost Michael there. Seems like he knows me from days gone by. I'm sure he can contact me anytime we can have a drink together. I'd like that. Here's Queen and Bohemian Rhapsody.
You okay?
What did he say when he phoned in?
Just said he was Michael from Woolton and he saw a ghost once in Buttons Bethely in 1978.
Shit.
What?
What is it, Alex? A ghost from the past?
You could say that. Michael Denton was my partner back in the day. My sidekick. Best friend. We did a lot of summer weekends in the 70s. Good times. When I moved to Radio Merlin, he was really pissed that I never took him with me. Never got over it. Hates me with a vengeance. Would do anything to destroy what I've got.
A little over the top.
I also might have slept with his girlfriend.
Shit.
And his sister.
Shit.
At the same time.
Shit.
One of the best experiences of my life, though. Weekend to remember.
A whole weekend?
8 p.m. Friday to 6 a.m. Monday. Long weekend. It starts with them kissing and caressing each other.
Spare us the details.
I'd like to hear the details.
Is this going to be a problem? Is this going to escalate, Alex? Who is Michael Denton? Do we need to worry about him?
I thought he was still in prison. Last I heard he was doing a 6-year stretch.
For what?
Well, he was pretty unhinged for a while. Got himself involved in certain, unsavoury dealings, drugs, violence, the score. The weekend of lust I had affected him badly, changed him, altered his mind. Made him a grotesque human being.
Oh, shit. I don't believe this.
I'm pulling your leg. Got no idea what happened to the guy. Last time I saw him was last run in Bethely. Called me for everything. Ran a key down with Jag. Not seen him since. He's a pussycat, nothing to worry about.
I really hope so. The last thing you need, is a ruckus with an ex-colleague. Papers will love that shit.
I may not drive a Capri, but I'm a professional. You don't think I've had things like this before. If I can handle crazed women saying I'm the father to their child, I can handle a guy who played my straight man at a holiday camp. It's nothing.
I really hope so. I'll make security aware, just in case.
If it makes you feel better.
It does. You think this Barry friend of yours can do a paint job this weekend?
Look, I'm sure we can sort it out.
Excellent. Enjoy the rest of the show.
We will. And Eric?
Alex?
Alex Roxy can handle any skeleton in his closet.
I'm starting to believe that closet is quite full.
Get the Echo on the phone, Steve.
Really?
I think they need to know about my stalker. The guy who's holding the grudge. The man who wants me dead.
Are you kidding?
Shit, look. Things like this bring listeners.
You think it's that bad?
It's as bad as I want it to be.
We're going to record the Atkinson Bakery ad next.
Hey, let's not push our luck.
This is the Alex Roxy Show on Radio Merlin.
And finally, Garston-born Sarah Rogers has just made it into the quarterfinals of the World Jigsaw Puzzle Championships. The event's being held over in Sheffield this year, with the winner bagging £1,000 in prize money. Sarah, who's competing as part of a team of 4, has to crack 3 different sizes of jigsaw in just 8 hours. She's also competing in the Speed Jigsaw event, and everyone here at Radio Merlin really wishes her luck. If she loses, she'll be in pieces. Who wrote that? I didn't write that. From the Merlin News booth, I'm Dan Carruthers.
This is Radio Merlin.
Thanks, Dan. Hope you're all enjoying your Wednesday afternoon with me, Alex Roxy, on 1458 Radio Merlin. Great second half of the show coming up with special guest Nick Pearson. He's doing his incredible one-man show at the Court this weekend. He's coming in later to have a chat and a laugh. Very funny man. You could say he's like a bat out of hell. Talking of which, here's Michael Learday, better known as Meatloaf, with his 1979 classic. This better be fucking good. You've got 10 fucking minutes.
Calm down, Alex.
Calm down. Calm down. This is the last time you come in here and disrupt one of my shows, Eric. I can't work like this.
You're going to pop a vein, Al.
I'll fucking pop you.
This seems to be the only time I can actually catch up with you for a little meeting. I come before the show and you ain't here. I come after the show and you ain't here. I'm starting to believe that you have a little device that beams you home.
I like to beat the traffic.
Sorry I'm late, Eric. I was having a look through their library.
Who's this?
Tom Gray. Tom's my new right-hand man. Brought him up from Bristol. He's the best there is.
At what?
Pleased to meet you, Alex. We crossed paths a few years back. Radio Caroline days. I used to produce for Tommy Vance.
Good for you. Look, I'd love to go down memory lane and chit-chat about life in the ocean waves, but I'm actually trying to do a show here.
This won't take long. Tom has come up with a few changes, starting the week you come back from your little breakfast stint.
What kind of changes?
Tom here has his fingers on the pulse of modern music. He knows what's going on in the scene.
I get paid to know what the public want. I also get paid to let go of the kind of music people just aren't interested in.
Tommy Gray? I've heard of you. Machine Gun Gray?
That's me.
You ain't gonna like this, Al.
Will one of you tell me in plain English what the fuck is going on?
No songs released before January the 1st, 1980.
What?
No album tracks or B-sides.
You joking me?
And no songs over 4 minutes.
My audience loves that. That's what my show's based on. Come on. Are you not being fair here? Look, it's not as if I don't play modern stuff.
You simply don't play enough of it. There are other shows on Merlin that cater for all different kinds of genres. Jimmy Armstrong's prog rock show on a Friday night is a testament to that. Some crazy shit there.
So we can't play Zeppelin?
Not a chance.
Jethro Tull?
Nope.
Come on, there's got to be room for the Tull.
It may be your bag, Alex, but it's not what an audience wants. They want Yaz. They want Brass. They want that Rick Astley fella and little Kylie.
I think I'm going to puke.
Now, I know you wouldn't be happy with this, Alex, and I know it's going to be difficult for you. So, I'm going to give you a couple of options to try and pick you up a little.
I'm listening.
Option 1 is to do what you do every afternoon and toe the line with the new music policy for the show.
And the second option?
There is no second option.
He's pulling your leg, Al. You're so funny, Tom.
Sorry, Al. I like to smash into a serious subject with a little humour.
The second option?
How about your own little late-night show where you can play anything you want for a couple of hours? Let's call it Roxy at Midnight.
Oh, I get it. I see what's going on here. You want me out, don't you?
Why would I want to get rid of you, Al?
You don't think I'm relevant anymore? You don't think I can hold a popular show?
This has nothing to do with you, Alex. It's not personal.
Why don't you shut the fuck up, whatever your name is?
I won't have you speaking to me like that.
It's not about you, Al. It's about the show, the time slot. We've done extensive research and people love what you do. They love you. The only thing they have a problem with is the choice of music. That's where we are, and that's what we need to address.
This isn't right. You aren't being fair to me or the listeners. I can't work under restrictions. I never have. It goes against everything I believe in. I can't play The Locomotion by Kylie Minogue, but I can't do the Midnight Show either. That'd be like giving up, wasting away in the dark. So on balance, it looks like I'm staying put.
I knew you would. Told you would. Tommy here thought you'd walk.
Looks like I misjudged you, Alex.
Would you have let me walk?
I'm not stupid, Alex. Liquid lunch, Tom?
Why not?
It's Wednesday, Al. You got the rest of the week to play what the hell you want. My gift to you. But once you come back from your breakfast week, it's 80s music all the way. Agreed?
Through gritted teeth, yes.
Superb. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Great to meet you, Al. I'd love to share Caroline's story sometime. That would be fun.
Yeah, sure would.
You know why they call the Machine Gun Grey?
I'm sure you're going to tell me.
He fired everyone a few years ago at some station down south. DJs went, cleaners went, even got rid of the canteen staff. He's ruthless, Al, but I think we got away with it.
For now. I love this show, Steve. I love what I do. I love the listeners out there. I love knowing that I zig and zag out of their lives. But you know what I love most about what I do?
The music?
The music. That's the most important part of the whole thing. I know my music, Steve. I like to think of myself as a curator of good sound. If it wasn't for people like me, old music would be dead. These kids today are growing up on shite. Pure shite. Programmed crap with hollow lyrics and no feeling. Means nothing. Playing a little Zeppelin every now and then may just bring one little child out of his musical slumber.
Wow, that's gorgeous.
But meaningless.
You want to fade down Meatloaf?
I'd fucking love to fade down Meatloaf. That was Meatloaf and his 1979 Jim Steinman-ridden Bat Out of Hell. Now, I don't usually fade a song down before it's finished, but this is a sad state of affairs for the Alex Roxy Show. You see, that will be the last time I play any songs from the 70s. Changes are afoot at Radio Merlin, and I really want to put the record straight at this point. I thought you should know. Changes are being made here which go against my principles, and I just can't agree with them. It's sad, but I guess I've got to move with the times. Apparently, most of my listeners don't want to hear the sounds of the past. They want to hear what's going on now. So, that's what we have to do. It upsets me, but there really isn't a lot I can do about it. Only you can do that. The men who made this decision are Eric Rushton, station boss, and his little friend Tom Gray. He was brought up from Bristol to impose this little restriction. Both of them can be contacted through the station, so I'll just leave that there. Here's Kylie Minogue and The Locomotion.
And a reminder of our top story this hour, Merseyside police have urged people who grabbed banknotes that spilled out of the back of a security van during rush hour traffic to return them, no questions asked. Police began receiving reports at around 9 o'clock on Monday morning that several vehicles had crashed on Egbert Vale after motorists abandoned their cars to chase the cash. Footage has emerged from a nearby video camera shop showing people running after notes as they blew between cars and buses on the busy road. Detective Mark Lucas from Merseyside Police said it's been 3 days now and nobody has returned a penny. From the Merlin News booth, I'm Dan Carruthers.
This is the Alex Roxy Show on Radio Merlin. Thanks, Dan. Steve Preston in for Alex Roxy this afternoon. He was feeling a little under the weather and asked me to step into his shoes. It's a dark and gloomy afternoon out there, and I'm sure Alex is under the covers in his cosy bed. Here's the Eurythmics and Thorn in My Side. How do you feel now?
Oh, I think I'm dying, Steve. I'm freezing here. I've never been so cold except that time I went skiing and picked up that Swedish bird. You ever had sex in a sleeping bag, Steve?
Can't say I have.
Also Gronklet.
Very exotic. She a looker?
That was the resort, you tit. God knows what her name was. After we finished, my balls were like ice cubes.
You should write a book.
You can stop the French accent when we're off air, Graham.
I like to stay in character. Like Martin Brando.
Marlon Brando. What time's Eric coming in?
Any time now.
Did he sound angry?
Why does everything between you two have to be a war?
Because that's just who we are. Hostile enemies. Warring factions who are born to fight. He knows it as well as me.
Great show, Steve. Maybe there's a future for you behind the mic.
Thanks, Eric.
He's only done a fucking intro.
You really think you're smart, don't you, Al? You'll be pleased to know that Tom Gray quit.
Really? Oh, I like Tom. Knew his stuff.
Somebody shat on the bonnet of his car. You hear about that?
Ah, yeah, Steve was telling me. That's just not on there. The fans can get a little carried away. They're very loyal.
Did it not occur to you that by giving out hotel details and car registration, that something like this might happen?
What would you do, Eric? What would you do in my situation? I know this show. I know my listeners. You and your know-it-all tossers come in here and try and reinvent the wheel. Well, my wheel, a perfectly good wheel, is rolling rather well. Wouldn't you fight for what you believed in?
Some fights you can never win.
You can win any fight at any time. Especially for the cause you believe in.
Don't make me go head-to-head with you on this, Alex.
I thought we were already doing that.
I see the light within both of your futures. I see love at the end of a long, long tunnel. True love. Power is in the air. The ultimate power. Glory. I see it. I see it so vividly.
What part of France are you from?
I was born in a small village called Piana.
Corsica! I've been there.
Really? I was only a baby when I was born there. Moved away at a very young age. I cannot remember too well. My father, Pierre, was a musician in a traveling show, and we went all over France.
Excellent.
Oh, song's finishing, Steve.
That was Annie Lennox and Dave Stewart with their 1986 hit Thorn in My Side from the Revenge album. It was their 9th top 10 single on the UK charts. This is Steve Preston in for Alex Roxy this afternoon. He's not feeling very well. And with me now is the absolutely amazing psychic, Mr. Manuel Costello. How are you today, Manuel?
I am very good to be here, Steve. The pleasure really is mine.
Right, we've got Sam on the line. Sam's from Anfield. Sam's mother's just passed away. Sorry about that, Sam. Sam would like to know if his mother had any jewellery around the house, because the family can't seem to find any. Can you help us with that, Manuel?
Hello, Manuel. My mother had some jewellery, but we can't seem to find it around the house.
What was your mother's name?
Sheila.
Yes, oh yes! Sheila is with me now. Hello, Sam.
Bloody hell. He's good.
You think so?
I don't think I've ever witnessed anything like him. Much better than that astrology bloke you had on.
I'm really sorry about your colleague, Tom. My fans can be a wild bunch. Sometimes they cross the line. You should see them when we do an outside broadcast.
I understand you were angry and upset.
I was, but I shouldn't have given these details out on air.
Very unprofessional.
I agree. Could have been worse, though. I was going to give your details out.
What stopped you?
Because I honestly do think we can still work together, Eric.
Become friends?
I've got enough friends.
A good working relationship would be good enough for me.
Give and take?
I believe that's fair.
I'm happy.
But I'm still thinking about changing the format of the show.
Why can't we just leave it as it is?
Because it's stale. It's boring. It's stuck in the past.
Jesus.
The show is reflecting you, Alex. Background noise. That's all you are. Just a hum in the background as they do something else.
But the backlash. That's got to count for something.
Like you said, they are loyal. They just don't know why. Nobody takes real notice of a coffee table. But if you move it out of the room, they'd be upset.
You calling me a coffee table?
A really old one. It needs attention, Alex. I'm thinking of bringing the zoo format to afternoon radio. It's done mostly in the morning, but I want to pick things up round here.
The zoo format?
More than one presenter. A madhouse. A good comic or two to sit in with you. Games, sketches, pranks. This will change everything. It'll blow the cobwebs away from this old dark house.
I think it's too much.
I agree. We'll phase it in. I'm going to see a local comic tonight. Jimmy Brightside. You heard of him?
Oh, shit.
Old buddy, I believe.
More like a rival. Me and Michael Denton used to do the holiday camps. Jimmy Brightside always top of the bill. Hate him.
Yeah, thought so. Done a little research into it. It'll be great radio. Edgy, funny and new. It'll stop people in their tracks. I want the listeners to stop what they're doing and sit down to the afternoon show.
The Alex Roxy Show.
For now. Take some Lemsip, pal. Get yourself home to bed. You'll need to be on top of your game to keep up with the changes around here.
Fuck.
This is Steve Preston on the Alex Roxy Show, and we'll be right back with more help from beyond the grave with our resident psychic, Mr. Manuel Costello. Here's Lovebug Starsky with Amityville, the house on the hill.
That went well.
Very well. You okay, Al?
I hate that man. I mean, I really hate that man.
Eric?
Jimmy Brightside.
You got a fever?
Jimmy Brightside? The comedian? Oh, he is so funny.
No, he's not.
What are you talking about, Al? Who's Jimmy Brightside?
The real enemy of the piece. He's evil. Eric's going to see him tonight in a move to try and bring him to the station, to the show. To the show.
The zoo format?
It's a nightmare, Steve. My worst nightmare. We can never get to the top of the bill at the camps. Every time we did, Jimmy fucking Brightside would ride in on his comedy horse and steal a thing.
What can we do?
We fight, of course. We fight fire with fire.
Oh, God, I smell a bloodbath.
Get Michael Denton on the phone.
The stalker bloke?
Yeah. My old partner, Denton. We need to team up again. Brightside hates Denton with a vengeance. If these two go head to head, I might just survive this old skirmish. Hey, with any luck, they'll destroy each other.
You sure you want to do this, Alex?
It's our only option for survival. Now get me big coat and scarf. Not going to make that same mistake again.
What?
I'm going to shit on Eric's car tonight.
You're listening to the Alex Roxy Show on Radio Merlin.